So you just started Enshrouded. The game gives you a basic sword, points you toward the wilderness, and basically says good luck. But what it doesn't tell you is all the game-changing secrets that separate the players who thrive from those who struggle. You can spend dozens of hours frustrated with your stamina, getting hopelessly lost, and missing out on some of the best gear. Or you could learn a few things from someone who has put some time into this great world. I'm about to share some of the biggest things that I wish I knew from the start that will hopefully save you a massive amount of time. Make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more Enshrouded content. Okay, first things first, the rested buff. You've probably seen the little icon on the top left of your screen, but the game does a terrible job of explaining that it is the single most important buff that you can have. That timer doesn't just give you a little boost. It dictates the maximum stamina that you have and how fast you get it back. When that timer hits 0, you'll suddenly feel it. You'll be sluggish, out of breath after a single dodge, and climbing suddenly becomes a nightmare. So how do you make it last longer? It's not just about having a campfire, it's all tied to a hidden comfort score in your base. Every single piece of furniture that you put down, beds, tables, rugs, torches, they all add up to increasing your comfort level. A higher comfort level means a much longer rested buff, pushing it up to an hour or even more. This is your key to running further, gliding longer, and winning more fights. So stop building empty wooden shacks. Seriously, decorate your base. It's not just for looks. It's a direct upgrade to your character. If you played other survival games, you're trained to see food as a way to stop the hunger meter from killing you. You need to unlearn that habit here in Enshrouded. Food here is a powerful buff system, and you're putting yourself at a huge disadvantage if you ignore it. You can have 3 different food buffs active at once. 4th if you have spec'd into it. And they don't just fill a bar, they give you a huge temporary stat boost. For example, eating some grilled meat will grant you a constitution buff, directly increasing your health pool. Certain mushrooms boost your intelligence for spells, while other foods can pump up your strength for melee or give you a massive stamina reserve. The real strategy here isn't just to eat whatever's in your inventory, it's to create a buff loadout. Before you head out on a big adventure, a simple combo of a health buff, a stamina buff, and a damage buff makes you much more effective. So always be on the lookout for new ingredients and recipes. They are absolutely essential for taking on the tougher parts of the world. When you first open the skill tree, you'll see paths like warrior, ranger, mage, and it really feels like you need to pick one and stick with it. Don't. This is actually kind of a trap. Early in the game, the smartest thing that you can do is completely ignore those class labels and instead cherry pick the best skills from all over the tree. The 2 skills that you should immediately aim for are double jump and updraft. Double jump over in the green survival tree is probably the best exploration skill in the entire game. It lets you get to places that you can never reach otherwise, and is a lifesaver for escaping enemies. Then there's updraft from the assassin tree, which gives your glider a mid-air boost, letting you cover huge gaps and reach distant towers much more easily. You could even grab blink, which swaps your dodge roll for a short-range teleport. Get these game-changing utility skills first. Once you have a better feel for combat, then you can worry about specializations. It's super cheap to respec your points, so don't ever be afraid to experiment. The game does do a good job of showing you how to build your first base and upgrade your flame altar. What it doesn't really tell you is that you can and absolutely should build more of them. Crafting a new flame altar only costs 5 stones, and you can place it almost anywhere in the world. Why does this matter? Because every single one that you place is a permanent fast travel point. This completely changes how you explore the map. Instead of a 10-minute run back to a mine you found or the start of a dungeon, you can just pop down an altar, teleport there whenever you want to. You should be building a whole network of these, putting these near the entrance to a big shroud zone, or another next to a rich vein of iron, and one on top of the mountain that is perfect for a gliding spot. You don't even really need to build anything around them. This turns the huge world from a chore to travel across into your own personal playground. And since there are no base raids, they're always safe. Enshrouded has a simple mechanic that you can use to your advantage for resources. Anything in the world that is outside of the protected zone of a flame altar will reset every time that you exit to the main menu and log back in. This includes trees, bushes, and most importantly, resource nodes. This means if you find a great spot loaded with tin or copper just outside your base's radius, you can mine it all, log out, log back in, and all of it will be right there again. It's the best way to stock up on materials without having to run all over the map. Now, this trick used to work reliably for chests, too, making it easy to farm gear. Developers have adjusted this, so while it's the perfect for farming resources, you'll find that many high-tier chests now have much longer invisible cooldowns to prevent that kind of farming. It's not as broken as it once was for loot, but materials, it's a trick that you need to know. Jumping into a server with friends can be a little bit confusing if you don't know the rules. In Enshrouded, progression of the main story is tied to the world, not the individual players. This means if your buddy is online and completes a major quest to unlock a new survivor while you're offline, the quest is done for everyone on the server. You won't get to do it yourself, and you'll miss out on the skill points from the quest reward. Your personal character's progression, like your level, skills, and gear, is all yours and comes with you wherever you go. While the recent updates have made some quests individually completable, the big world-changing events are still shared. The best way to play with friends is to try and stick together on the main story quests. If you can't, just be aware that if you join their super advanced world, you'll effectively be skipping a lot of the story for your character. The game gives you a ton of freedom, but your number one priority should always be finding and rescuing the other survivors, like the blacksmith, the hunter, the alchemist. This is more than just a storyline to follow. Each survivor that you bring back to your base unlocks entire tiers of crafting, gear, and abilities that are absolutely critical for getting stronger. Feeling weak, like you just can't beat the next tier of enemies? It's probably because you haven't unlocked a survivor. You literally can't craft better armor without the blacksmith. You can't get advanced arrows without the hunter. You can't start farming without the farmer. If you ever feel like you've hit a wall, check your journal. There's a really good chance that you have a survivor quest that you need to complete. Follow those markers until you have them all. So there you go. These are the secrets that will totally change your first dozen hours here in Enshrouded. By understanding how to use the rested buff, food, and the world's own rules to your advantage, you'll skip most of the early game grind and get straight to the best parts of the game. If this guide helped you out, a thumbs up on the video is always appreciated. And if you have any of your own killer tips that I missed, drop them in the comments below. I'd honestly love to read them. If you are just getting into Enshrouded and want to see the entire beginner's guide, click this video here. As always, stay caffeinated, folks.